Hi, my name's Treena Nairne. I'm an independent communications consultant, and I've been a volunteer with Asian Charity Services for the last couple of years. It's my pleasure to be joining you today to talk to you about what corporate communication means for your organization. In this session, we're going to be focusing on what are the key principles behind corporate communication, and how can you actually use this to develop a really impactful video that will really help get support from the community to help you achieve your goals. If you've got a comfortable chair, perhaps a glass of water, and paper to take notes, let's begin. So the first question is, what is corporate communication to your nonprofit? After all, you're not a big corporation. Here's the secret. Corporate communication isn't about how big your organization is. It's about creating a strategy that you can use to reach out to your target audiences and then talk to them about who you are and what you stand for. And most importantly, you want to engage those audiences to partner with you and support you to achieve your goals. Sounds great, right? Let's break that down into parts. If you were to walk into a large organization, chances are if you went to visit the corporate communications team, you would find it's actually made up of many different teams. You could have media relations, internal communications, marketing, branding, government relations, investor relations. The key thing is that all of these different teams need to work together so that they can tell a consistent story about what that organization is all about. So in a small NGO, it's the same idea. No matter who your audience is, you need to be able to talk to all of these groups in a very consistent way. You want to be able to share your mission, your vision, and your values to all of these audiences, and that message needs to be the same. So what are the things that actually make corporate communications really impactful and really effective? Well, there's some really key factors you need to think about. Your messages need to be credible. You need to be able to build the trust of your audience by being able to support your story with evidence and data points. You want to make sure that your messages are aligned to the vision and mission of your organization. You need to be consistent, not only across all of the different audiences you talk to, but over time. So people are really going to believe and understand what you're all about. And really, really importantly, I'll say it again, you need to be able to motivate people to take the action that you need them to take. Whether it is to make a donation or to volunteer or to come and use your services. So think about all of the different audiences that you need to communicate with in your day-to-day work. You might think about your board, government, volunteers, beneficiaries, the general public. All of these different audiences need to understand who you are, what is your vision and your mission, even if the specific things you need from them may be different. And it's important to remember that the people who may be in one audience could be in another audience as well. Your beneficiaries are also members of the public. A volunteer could also be a member of the media. If they're hearing very different things for different audiences, they may not believe that what you're saying is actually true. You need to be consistent in order to build that trust and credibility. There's another big challenge you need to think about as well. Research suggests that people are exposed to 4,000 to 10,000 advertisements a day. Add to that social media and texting, and you've got a very crowded communication landscape. You need your messages to get through all that noise. Again, that's why consistency is so important. People need to hear messages multiple times in order for them to pay attention and in order for the information to stick. One video, one time isn't enough. Use every touch point you can to get your message through. Are really going to be able to share their experience on what actually works to really capture people's attention and really keep those messages fresh and exciting. We only get a moment to grab someone's eyeballs and hold on to their attention long enough to get a message through. Otherwise, your audience will just keep on scrolling and you've lost an opportunity. It's a big creative challenge, and that's why a program like this can be really helpful for you. The professionals you're going to hear from in this workshop are really going to be able to share a lot of experience on how you can use your imagination to make your messages fresh and exciting. If you can get it right, your audience can not only receive your message, but they can help you spread your message even further. They can share it with their networks, and their friends will share it with theirs. Because these days, it's critical that we think of our audience as not just receivers of information, but also content creators. Capture their imagination, and they'll be there and they'll be your champion and your supporter. Your reputation matters, but it's not up to you on what kind of reputation you have. That's up to your audience. So if you can build a strong, positive experience for them, they're going to get that message out for you. What you want is a lot of thumbs up and smiley faces, not frowns. So how can you actually create powerful messages that will get through? Let me let you in on a big secret. That's not really a secret at all. Tell stories. That might not be news to you, but as a communications professional, I can tell you that it's not used enough. And yet, how do we actually talk to our families when we get home at the end of the day? How do we tell our kids about why it's so important to wash our hands really well? We tell stories. Stories are how we understand our world. Stories are focused on personalities and characters, not just facts and data points. And most importantly, it's how we organize information and retain information in our own heads. So when we tell stories, and we can use video to make those stories really lively and interesting, you're not only going to entertain your audience, but you're going to make it really easy for them to remember what you're saying and share it with others. Shortly, you're going to start working through a series of activities that will help you organize that information into a framework of goals, audiences, messages, and a plan. So my challenge to you is this. Think about how you're going to make sure that your messages are memorable, something that your audience are going to remember when they go offline. Make sure that your messages are actionable, something that makes it really clear on how your audience can help you. And shareable. Make it something that they're going to want to share with their networks because it's entertaining, emotional, or just something really cool.